we're gonna have a little chat. Also, again, hair is not super greasy, it's just wet. I was thinking about it. We spend so much of our lives, like, being embarrassed for doing regular human activities, like existing. Constantly afraid of the way that we're gonna be perceived. I feel like it's really difficult when you're in a state of like worrying like that, or when you're so anxious about it, to actually give yourself advice or to listen to advice, because it all sounds like so annoying. It all sounds repetitive because you hear it then. When you're actually able to like apply the advice of not caring what people think of you, that's when you feel free. Because tonight I was at a restaurant earlier, and there's like a song playing whenever, and this one guy, he worked there, but he was like singing along to the song, and I was like, how fun is that? Like, how fun would it be if every single little human was just able to do little human activities like that, you know? I don't understand. I mean, I do, but I feel like there's so many rules to living, and it's so hard to not have those ingrained in your brain constantly. Because would I willingly sing along to a song in public? Absolutely not. If I knew anybody was there, no. Even if it was a joke. It's really nice to not feel embarrassed for just existing. I'm at a point now, I had a lot of personal growth this year. I don't know how it happened, I don't know when it happened, but I've been able to let go of like worrying about how people perceive me in the physical aspect. Then again, I do wear a mask like every time I go in somewhere, but I don't worry about my different angles, and I don't worry about stuff like that, and I don't know why, but it's really a nice feeling. And I understand that there's so much that goes into beauty standards that are just constant rules for people on how to live and how to breathe, but it's just really hard to not think those things. But I don't do any self-deprecation talk. You know, I do have my days of like insecurities and stuff, but it's always just a moment. It's never overall sort of thing, because viewing yourself in that way is so tiring. And I don't know how I did it, but when I had my sort of like breakthrough, it's not that when I look at other people, I don't look at like, oh, that's a weird face you just made, or like, oh, it's a weird angle on you. I never see them that way. I never look at them and judge the way they're moving, or the way that they're walking, or the way, you know, stuff like that. And when I realized that and was able to think about it a bit more, I started realizing I almost started viewing myself not through another person's perspective or another person's eyes, which would be super cool. I wish I could do that. But just in a way that wasn't self-critical. And when you let yourself kind of live, it is way easier to accept yourself, because you start realizing that there is like aspects of you as a whole, physically and on the inside, that are so you that it's actually kind of cute, you know? I like viewing myself the way that I view other people, because if I separate my like if I separate my self-critical stuff from the way that I view myself, like, yeah, do I look at me sometimes and I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird? Of course, but like in the end, I just want to live. There's way too many things from an outside perspective looking in that are so much pressure to just exist, that I think it's really nice to be able to take that pressure off of myself, knowing that I can just let myself live. I can just let myself be happy, and I can let myself experiment and stuff like that. It's okay to look silly. I don't know who created the whole if you fail or if you make a mistake thing, then you deserve to die. Like, I don't know who made that and like ingrained that in our brains so hard, but It's fun to be silly, and it's fun to have fun with your friends, and it's fun to live. I just think it would be really nice if we were able to just not be embarrassed by everything. I have made a lot of progress for me personally, but I just wish it was just as a whole agreement as humans to just, you know, I'm tired, I'm going to bed.
She's still sleeping with me, like,
Okay, I'm about to get coffee, but I got 2 posters and then I have another one coming. Oh wait, hold on. So this is the season 4 poster. Look at that. I moved the basket of clothes out of the way. So season 4 poster has everybody on it, and it's actually really big so I can see it from my bed and like analyze it. So that's super exciting. This one, and it's like the only superhero movie that I've ever watched. It probably ever will, but it's fine. And this one I got a long time ago. I just don't think anyway. And then I have Young Royals one coming. But these were like surprisingly cheap because I checked like months ago and they were like $24. But these ones were like $11 to $13. So I bought them. Who do you smell like?
I don't know!
You smell like someone.
No, you freaking jump scare me like that. Maybe you're smelling the fries.
No, it's not food.
I'm fine. I know it's not
food. It's more of like a...
Maybe it's just me.
Maybe it's you mixed with it, I don't know.
I think it's your mom. I think your mom smells like this. I don't know. I'm just making a guess.
I thought you were making a your mom joke and I was
No.
gonna...
Do you want to try my pizza?
Is there like
Wait,
a
wait.
little...
Other side. Do I hear them when you turn them on?
Yeah.
There's a button on the right side. Feel it. Oh, we don't want to hear any music or anything?
Yeah.
What song?
Just play one. I miss this song.
Don't do that! I'm done!
That was so funny. That was
Wait.
He's taking like 3 or 4 shots at doctor. It's one of the options for that.
Do you want to have deep conversations?
I don't know.
Do you have anything to say? Then why did I just start recording?
Fazuki.
Okay. My hair is messy because I just woke up, so I'm really sorry for like 2 videos in my bathroom in a row. But I have something very important to talk about because I was watching TikToks and got reminded of something in Stranger Things. I'm not a stancy shipper. I don't like Steve and Nancy together, you know, and I'm not a huge fan of the whole love triangle thing, and what I'm angry about is that it got started up again in season 4. Personally, I feel like it wasn't necessary. I do like Jancy. I'm a Jancy shipper. I am okay with the little, you know, relationship struggles they had because had potential for growth in their relationship. But for some reason, it didn't cause growth, it caused a love triangle. Once again, which was not necessary. Personally, well, no, not personally. We all know why Steve and Nancy are having these, oh, maybe I do like him, oh, maybe I do like her. Because Steve doesn't know what he wants, right? He's going through all these girls, and he's like, I have no idea what I want. And the only girl that he ever felt like he wanted, and the only girl he ever felt like he loved, was Nancy, because he's reverting back. Nancy, the only reason she's like, oh, maybe I do still like him, maybe I do still like him. No, you don't. She's having trouble with Jonathan. He's far away and he's acting weird towards her, right? She's like, I don't know what's happening with him. And Steve's giving her cute little attention. But I don't think it needed to happen. I'm okay with the relationship struggles being portrayed. I'm not okay with the love triangle starting up again. We did this in season 1. We did this in season 2. It was cute for the time, you know? It was fitting. We moved on. We moved on. We're here now. Season 3 had no love triangle. I personally want to see them all being friends. Here's my thing. Nancy is a person, a character, and she can be a #independent woman. It wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary There could have been different storylines happening. And they made Robin and Eddie both stancy shippers. Oh, I think you should get back together with him. I don't know what happened, but I think you should get back together with her. No! What was that? What was that? No, absolutely not, no. If it's too much of a temptation to make a love triangle once again out of a situation that is dead, that is done, personally, I'm going to make her break up with Jonathan and not go back to Steve and then have a Nancy moment of independence. Because she doesn't need to be dealing with this. Her main storyline does not need to be her deciding over two boys. That's tired. That's old. We're done. Everybody's character development was so good. And I understand why it's kind of like, oh, Steve doesn't know what he wants, so he goes to Nancy. Oh, Nancy doesn't know what's happening, so she's going to Steve. But it doesn't need to be, you don't have people pushing them together. What's with that? No, absolutely not. No. I'll write it myself, okay? No, I won't. But I just think, no, I know that it was unnecessary. And my question is, why did it need to happen? If it wasn't needed, why did it happen? Why did you push them together? And why at the end, when Nancy or Jonathan are like fixing up that window at Hopper's cabin, right? Jonathan is like, oh, are we good? And it's just like, yeah, no, of course we are. No, you're not. No, you're not. Why is there zero communication happening? Because all season, they were away from each other. Zero communication whatsoever. The one time they get back in the same vicinity and they feel that there's problems between them. Oh no, there's no problems. Absolutely not. Fix their problems so they can be together, or break them up and don't have Steve in the picture for their relationship. They are all people. The love triangle is tired. It's over. It should be retired. We all thought it was retired, but for some reason it returned. No. And that's all I needed to say. Thank you.